Yakshamla, good afternoon. My name is Thierry Hoppe, and I'm the Danish Consul General in Istanbul. I want to thank all of you for taking the time, the next maybe 35 minutes, to be with us, where we will talk about what it's like to work for a Danish company and how we believe it can boost your career and your job satisfaction. I want to say a special thank you to the Nordic Council of Ministers that is making it possible for us to have this event today. Now, the starting point here is that if you look at surveys, surveys that I have seen of what the young Turkish professionals are looking for, it says quite clearly that they're looking for workplaces that have good work-life balance. They want to work somewhere where they are valued as individuals, where their voice is heard. They want to work for companies that are innovative and at the forefront of their industry, and they definitely want to work somewhere that has meaning. They want a company that has strong values and a strong CSR profile. So this to me sounds an awful lot like what it means to work for a Nordic or a Danish company, and that gave us the idea of having this event, because there are quite a number of Danish companies active in Turkey that offer great opportunities to talent like yourselves. But rather than us talking to you about what it's like to work for a Danish or a Nordic company, we thought, let's hear it from the companies and the people out there themselves. So we have 3 companies with us today. We've talked to some of their staff, and we've got representatives of the companies with us in the studio today. And these 3 companies, you'll see some video in a little while, but they are DSV, the largest logistics company in the world right now. And logistics, as you know, is the backbone of the global or globalized economy. We have Gram Equipment that is producing ice cream production lines for the entire world. They develop and manufacture them right here in Turkey, in Izmir. And we have Vestas that I think is fair to say is synonymous with sustainable energy, with wind turbines that they have developed, manufactured, and serviced now for several decades. As I said, we have talked to some of their staff. We have representatives of these 3 companies to give us their view of what it means to work for a Danish company. And if you stay with us till the end, so about 30 minutes from now, you'll also hear directly from them how you can pursue a possible career with them, where can you apply, and what's the advice they would like to give you. But let's jump right in. We have a first video to present the first things we will be talking about, which is that these and many other Danish companies truly are global industry leaders in their respective sectors, and how working for one has an international aspect to it. It really can get you going on an international career. So let's play that first video. was a very quick introduction to the three companies and the first things we will be talking about. And the first question we asked some of the employees of these companies is what working for them in such an international environment actually means to them. Let's hear what they answered.
This is actually my second Danish company that I worked for in a row, so we can fairly say that there is something that I like with Danish work culture, and how this culture shows itself to me as open communication, collaboration, and responsibility sharing among colleagues. But what really stands out for me is transparency. And I can see transparency in daily interactions as well as how executive level management decisions are made, and also responsibility sharing. And this is really important because this enhances to local perspective to be seen, local voices to be heard. And overall, I believe that it's really engaging place to be.
Working for a Danish company like Graham Equipment means being part of a workplace where people genuinely matter. There is a real focus on collaboration, open communication, and mutual respect. What stands out to me how flat the hierarchy feels. Your ideas are heard regardless of your title or seniority. I also appreciate the balance between structure and the flexibility. Danish companies have a strong reputation supporting work-life balance, and I have really seen that in action. It's not just about being productive, it's about growing in a healthy way, both professionally and personally.
Working for Vestas, a Danish company, in such a truly international environment has been a really rewarding experience for me. I got to work with people from so many different cultures and backgrounds, and that's taught me how valuable it is to listen, learn, and work together. When you bring different perspectives to the table, you always end up with a better solution, and that's something I really appreciate about working here. Managing projects across the MED region from South Africa to Italy has also helped me develop a global way of thinking. I have learned that the best solution don't need to be complicated. Sometimes the simplest approach is the most effective. At Vestas, we try to keep things clear and straightforward, which makes the work smoother and faster. What really motivates me is seeing how passionate everyone is about what we do. It's more than just a job. It's about making real difference in renewable energy.
In these short but very rich interviews. But I'd like to start maybe with you, Sinem Yalvac. You're the Director for Finance and Head of Shared Services Center for DSV in Istanbul. Maybe I can start asking you, I mean, we hear a colleague of yours from DSV. He's a person who's worked for Danish companies on multiple occasions, and he really pinpoints transparency as a thing. Now, I know what transparency means, but how does that come through in a company setting like DSV?
Sherry, first of all, thank you very much for organizing this event and make us part of it. So for those who doesn't know, DSV is a publicly listed company. So for us, transparency means being open, honest, and timely sharing financial, operational, and strategical information with our all stakeholders, employees, and the public. So this, of course, builds trust and promotes ethical business practices. We are also upfront about the challenges and the changes, such as leadership shifts or market risks or restructures which are coming up. And since our leaders share information openly and very often, our employees are more empowered, and more aligned, and more accountable. So we have a culture that honesty drives better decisions, deeper trust, and sustainable growth.
Great. Thank you. Thank you very much. And these are things we will get back to. But maybe I can turn to you, İrem Kaymakçı. You are the HR manager for Graham Equipment in Izmir. And again, there are many things you could pinpoint in the interview, but we hear about being heard. The person being interviewed talks about being heard and how that is important to her. Can you say something about ways in which that you are heard? It sounds like a very human approach to your staff.
Yeah, Thierry, thanks. Yes, it is indeed, and thanks for having us as well. It is important for us to foster a culture which bases on respect and well-being, where employees feel valued and supported through a healthy work-life balance. In Gram Equipment, everyone is encouraged to contribute, collaborate, comment, regardless of their titles, their roles and seniority, as mentioned in the video. We believe every idea, every learning has the power to shape our business and services even across the borders. This creates a workplace where people feel safe, secure to share their ideas, even their feelings, and take their ownership regarding their role.
Wow, that's a lot. That's very impressive. Thank you so much. And then I'd like to turn my attention to you, Meltem Daci. You're the lead people and culture business partner for a long list of countries, and I'll try and list them all. That's Africa, that's a continent, Africa, Greece, Cyprus, Middle East, and Turkey. So very large. You can really speak on behalf of a lot of people. But here, of course, we're talking about Turkey. And what I hear from your colleague is how it really, again, as I mentioned at the beginning, having meaning in your job is important. And she talks about making a difference in renewable energy. And that's important to her. Can you say something about that, or maybe something else in the video that caught your attention from the point of view of Vestas?
Sure, thank you very much. First of all, to give a flavor of the environment, as it was also shared at the very beginning, we are operating at all over the world. And it is only possible with a very lean and a matrix organization and with some very strong values for us that are passion, that is accountability, that is collaboration and simplicity. So these four are actually describing our working culture, working environment. Looking at how we work, there is a huge responsibility on our team members, together with the full support to develop, to encourage them for success. And here the aim is to bring the best out of our colleagues. So what is the result? A collaboration with people from such a different backgrounds. Actually, this is something broadening the perspectives and strengthening the communication skills, creating awareness on importance of inclusive adaptability and diversity. Maybe to wrap up, working in a Danish company with such a know-how and such a global presence is really an enriching experience. We can talk further on the next phase. Thank you.
Very good. The next question we asked was, and that's something I also introduced in the introduction, that working for a global industry leader brings something extra. And I think that's the next question we asked all of your staff. You know, why is it attractive, and what difference does it make for them to work for a company that is considered a global industry leader? We have a video with their answers, and if we could play that, we can talk about it afterwards.
Working at DSV offers many advantages because it's a global leader in the logistics industry. Being part of such a company means I have the chance to work within a well-established and trusted organization, then connect businesses and people worldwide. Working in a global company lets me team up with people from different backgrounds and work on exciting projects. I'm learning a lot every day. I also appreciate working in a global company, values reliability and quality, where I can contribute to smooth supply chain operations. Overall, DSV motivates me to perform at my best every day. I knowing that makes a real difference on a global scale.
As an automation engineer working in a global industry leading company is really exciting for me. We are involved in the projects around the world, and knowing that the solutions we develop are used internationally makes my career even more meaningful. It is motivating to be a part of a team that sets high standards in the industry, and I get to work with people from different countries and face with complex challenges and constantly learn and grow. For me, it's not just being in a big company, it is about being a part of innovative projects that have real impact across the globe.
It's not just about doing a job here. You become a part of solutions that really make a huge differences in the world. For example, imagine that you touch one turbine and it directly supports to the renewable energy and helps to fighting with the climate change. Also, as a young engineer, I'm constantly learning and growing. I really enjoy to working with very talented people from all over the world thanks to Vestas. So, working at Vestas means to me is applying top level of engineering standards while being a part of bigger plan. So, it feeds me both professionally and personally.
You order a little bit. I'd like to ask you, and Gram Equipment, your colleague talks about, one of the benefits of working for industry leader is you're setting the standard in a way of the industry, and you get to work with some of the best people, and you see your products go off and into the whole wide world, truly a global company. What can you add to that? I suppose that's something that all of your staff think, but I'm sure there are some reflections on your part, what he said.
Yeah. As mentioned in the video, Thierry, our team members are very aware of that. Their work plays a pivotal role in setting the benchmark for the ice cream production business. And they know that we serve to the world's top ice cream brands. And it is our opportunity to work with the cutting-edge technologies and contribute to impactful projects that truly matters to our customers. We can say at Gram Equipment, our people don't just follow the industrial trends, they contribute to define them.
Yeah. Okay, that's fantastic. Thank you very much. And Sinem, DSV, if I can turn to you, again, it's some of the same things that we hear, a pride, and it brings you something to work for a global industry leader, but it also pushes you to be even better, we hear in the interview. Can you maybe add some more thoughts or considerations to what we heard in the interview with your colleague?
Yes, sure. So DSV is a very, very ambitious company. We are accountable for delivering excellent results and handle the issues we see in a fast and most efficient way. So this is why we constantly seek ways to improve ourselves and push the boundaries. So motivating employees to deliver their best requires a mix of emotional intelligence, smart leadership, and thoughtful strategy. And therefore, we set clear and meaningful goals, and we communicate them very openly and very often. We empower our employees with trust and autonomy by mainly avoiding micromanagement, let employees make decisions and take responsibility. And also, whenever possible, we match tasks with what employees enjoy a lot and do best. So we give constructive feedback so that they can see how they are progressing, and also they feel guided. And lastly, can-do attitude with a pragmatic approach for DSV is very important and the key. So we always try to do our best to support our employees and the company.
This is a strong message, and I'm sure it appeals to many people out there. Thank you very much. And if I can turn my attention to you, Meltem from Vestas, we hear that you're a part of a bigger plan when you work for Vestas. You are part of the fight against climate change, and I can imagine how that must appeal to many people. I certainly feel very motivated by hearing it. But would you like to add something to what we heard in the interview from your point of view?
Yes, sure. Vestas, we are the global leader in the sustainable energy solutions. Actually, to echo my friend, that's the huge meaning in a period which is defined by the climate crisis. So, and our motto is wind means the world to us. This is very inspiring. Wind power will be the backbone of tomorrow's energy system. And Vestas is the pioneer in that field, in that area. For the last 40 years, the company brought renewable to almost 39 new markets. This is really impressive. And with 35,000 employees, we are working every day by designing, by installing, and by making the maintenance of the wind energy projects. That is attractive because working for an industry leader is offering an opportunity to collaborate with the top talent from all over the world. That is really inspiring and motivating, both, as my colleague said, personally and professionally. That is what I can summarize from my side.
But I think that's the perfect transition to what we'll be talking about now, which is that Danish companies typically have very strong values and that they offer really attractive work cultures. So we have a little video to introduce the two, and then we get back to some more interviews. If we can play the video for the next theme. So this time we asked colleagues from your companies how they would describe the work culture, the Danish work culture at the company. And here's the answer they gave. If we can play the video, please.
Adaptability is the most important part in DSV's business. I have witnessed, or I may say be part of, 2 mergers in DSV, and what I see is the capability of getting the other organization into your own organization is quite hard ability, but adaptability is the key part in this.
Trust and transparency are 2 values that really stand out. At Graham Equipment, you are trusted to manage your responsibilities and encouraged to take ownership. There is also a strong team spirit. People help each other succeed. I also value how Danish companies are future-focused. Sustainability and innovation are part of everyday decision. There is a practical approach to challenges as well. We aim to solve problems efficiently without losing sight of people.
I would describe the work culture at Vestas as open, supportive, and very team-oriented. It really means a lot to be in a company, in an environment that you can share your all thoughts, all concerns and ideas and feel heard. You can also feel the Danish values in our culture, especially the flat hierarchy. For example, everyone is approachable in Vestas, and all the communications and collaborations are natural and also respectful. The other thing I really appreciate here is work and life balance. It keeps me stay focused, motivated, and also productive. But the most important thing is definitely the safety culture. Safety comes first in Vestas. Every documents, every meetings, every program start with the safety. It's not just about the procedures, it's about caring people.
Meltem from Vestas, if I can turn to you. In the last interview, we hear safety first, and I think, of course, that cannot be opposed. That sounds very good. But the other thing I really noticed as a Danish work culture that was mentioned specifically was the flat hierarchy. Now, can you explain a little bit how that comes through in a company like Vestas here in Turkey, please?
Of course. Our bonding DNA is the values actually, and that I summarized shortly before. And the climate is very cross-cultural, diverse, with accountable teams. This is purely lean and matrix, and the organization is scattered all around the world. I mean, you may have your manager in a different country or your team members in another location. That's a big team of 35,000 people all over the world. And we are connected regardless of the geographical distances, with teams thinking globally and acting locally. And then this is an amazing experience, actually. We are speaking the same language with authenticity and with clarity and with respect. And as my colleague said, the critical thing, the most important thing is we all feel the care for people. So this is all I can add on top.
That's more than enough. Thank you very much, Meltem. And Sinem, if I can turn to you, DSV, we hear the word adaptability, or you could say flexibility. I mean, your company has grown through mergers like a few companies in this world. Maybe you can say how that has become part of the DNA in a way in a company like yours.
So, Thierry, as you mentioned, DSV has been growing mainly through acquisitions. And acquisitions bring together different organizational cultures, different values, and different working styles. And also during integrations, roles may change, structures may shift, and sometimes the future can be really unclear. So therefore, adaptability for us is not a courtesy, but more like a strategical necessity, because each company brings unique skills and different perspectives to us. And therefore, we have to be flexible, to be more collaborative, more inclusive, and to be able to leverage the changes effectively and in the most efficient way. On top of that, as we are all aware, economic conditions, political climate, and client needs changes rapidly in the world we are living in. So DSV, with its adaptability, can pivot strategies quickly and stays competitive even in volatile environments. So in a sense, adaptability in DSV turns challenges into global opportunities.
Thank you. IRM Gram Equipment, we talked a little bit about trust also before, but again, it's being highlighted, and I think it is a key element of pretty much any Danish workplace because it's such an integrated part of our culture. But the trust and asking staff to take ownership, that's also mentioned in the video. Can you say something about that maybe?
Yeah. Well, our flat structure nurtures a deep sense of ownership, actually, and accountability, and creating a workplace where everyone feels belonging and responsible. At Gram Equipment, employees are encouraged to take initiatives, share their ideas, and challenge and actively participate in the decision-making processes as well. It's an environment where feedback flows very naturally, and learning is a part of our everyday life. On the other hand, sustainability and cutting-edge technologies are always in our focus while providing the solutions to our customers. And that includes how we treat our people, how we develop our solutions and work with our customers. What we do, we always try to prioritize innovation, flexibility, transparency, and fairness to succeed continuously.
Thank you. Now I want everyone to really pay attention, because for this last question, we asked colleagues from these three companies, what makes it really attractive to work in these companies? And let's hear what they said. I think this will interest you.
I have been working in DSV for 4 years. DSV is a worldwide company, and It's a great feeling to be part of DSV. DSV is offering career opportunities for helping to gain new skills for employees. And also DSV emphasizes values like teamwork, a good work-life balance, and also fair benefits and ethical environment. It's so precious and attractive for employees. If we should talk about corporate culture, then I can say that corporate culture is reflecting Danish values like openness, flat hierarchies, and also trust in employees.
I think Graham Equipment is a good company and attractive company to work on because it has a good mixture of professionalism and friendly culture. You feel trusted in your daily tasks, and also you get encouraged to speak up and share your ideas. There's a strong focus on long-term thinking, not just about the business, but also in how people treated in the organization. It's not about quick wins, it's about sustainable growth both in the company and employees. What makes it very Danish is open and equal way of working in the organization. It's no matter what your titles, you are treated respectfully in the organization. In the Danish way of working, things are kept simple and practical. Communications are honest and decisions are mainly taken by the consideration in the team.
For me, what makes Vestas such an attractive workplace is real focus on teamwork and respect. Even though it's a big global company with high standards, there is a down-to-earth culture where everyone feels comfortable speaking up and sharing ideas. That open environment really helps us work together and get things done. What I think truly makes Vestas a Danish company is how simple and clear communication is here. People trust each other and take responsibility. Of course, things aren't always perfect, but the mix of professionalism and respect means it's a place where you can grow, do your best, and contribute in a meaningful way.
Good, Sinem DSV. Now, I know we're not going to go into specifics, but one thing is mentioned: fair benefits, and it's it is part of what people consider, of course, when they think of it. And maybe you're speaking a little bit for everyone here, but what can you say to people out there about this issue? That will surely interest everyone. We can't hear you, Sinem. I think you've been muted.
Excuse me.
No problem.
So in a global company, and also when you are publicly listed, fair benefits are essential to build a competitive and inclusive workplace. So while compensation structures may, of course, vary by region, such as, Turkey has a high inflation economy, whereas maybe the Europe doesn't have as much as that. It's not maybe, but it is the truth. So fairness is all about ensuring people feel valued and supported wherever they work from. And we are a service company, which means people are at the heart of our success. So fair benefits reflect our respect for all of our employees everywhere, to everyone.
Very well put. I think that was a good answer. Idem from Graham Equipment, if I can turn to you, I think this the interview here we hear when we ask what is the most attractive thing. I think what I hear, at least, that it's a very human place to work, and I'm sure it actually goes for all of the companies we're talking about today. But this again, the fact that you're being heard, you're being valued, your voice matters. Everyone has an opinion. I don't know if that's what you take from this interview as well, but is that also what you would highlight for a company like Graham?
Yeah, Thierry, our people are our most valuable assets. So we believe in the strength of our innovative workforce and actively encourage everyone to speak up and bring their best to the work every day. Openness is sharing feedback, feedbacks and expectation is a key part of our daily work culture. And being part of a Danish company means being a part of a system where shared success goes hand in hand. And I think that's what makes it both attractive and meaningful.
Thank you, Herman. I think my question is a little bit the same to you, Milton, because I hear the same thing in the interview also from Vestas. You know, it's this very open environment that puts everyone at ease and acknowledging that everyone has something to contribute, the value of everyone. Again, I think it has a very human approach and sort of ensuring that everyone can contribute to and everyone has something to contribute. I'm not asking you in a very good way, but how would you put it for Vestas? And then I'll give the floor to you.
Sure, Thierry, maybe I may start by saying that diverse and inclusive culture is our foundation. This is the starting point, I believe. And the Vestas is committed to ensure that every individual is feeling safe, valued, and engaged. And our cement is the shared purpose, actually. This is about, sustainability, the renewal, the future of the world. So, and regardless of the hierarchical rank, everyone in the company is expected to contribute. And you are listened, you are encouraged to speak up, you are safe when you are speaking, compliance is key, your voice is heard and respected. I think these words can summarize how we are where we are.
Thank you, Milton. And I think this confirms something to me that I was not aware of before, the extent to which, let's say, the Danish work culture actually has exported to the local subsidiaries or regional offices, that such as the ones that you represent. And everything I hear actually confirms, if you will, that the Danishness of a Danish company also comes along when you look into the work cultures in the individual offices, certainly in the case of the ones that you represent here in Turkey. So that's very comforting to me, and I think it would be also to everyone out there listening. These were the interviews and the reflections you were going to give, and this now brings us to what might be the most important part of this, because if you've been inspired to maybe look at work opportunities in these or other Danish companies, this is where you will get some advice, some thoughts about things to consider before applying, anything that's valuable in a very short format. And maybe I can start with you from Gram Equipment. What would you say? We have people out there maybe thinking, this could be something for me. What do you think would be the most valuable thing you could tell them now before they maybe pursue looking into career opportunities, etc.?
Well, the first suggestion will just follow our website, the career tab, in order to reach out the latest roles which we are chasing for. And although we value our employees or candidates' education and diverse background, we never only chase for a perfect resume. We are looking for people who are constructive, flexible, open and curious, and definitely eager to grow and improve. People should be ready to speak up even against challenging situations and ready to be innovative and practical to succeed in Gram Equipment.
Great. I'm sure there's a lot of those people out there, but thank you for those comments. And Meltem, Vestas, in your case also, I'm sure there's a lot of people looking for great company that really comes with a lot of meaning, being part of the green transition. But what would you say to those people? What should they know before they pursue opportunities in Vestas? What's the best advice you can give them?
Sure. As we talked, we work for a renewable future, and on this direction we are looking for the best possible candidates who enables us to power the solution. So no matter the role is, this may be a design position, a service technician position, a finance position. The common point is we are looking for the talents with curiosity. This is very important. Open for development, globally thinking, having commitment and innovative capabilities to move us forward. And we value candidates who are sharing our enthusiasm on renewable and sharing our values, of course. And some few basics, actually, before applying for a position, it is important to research the role, to better understand what is required and if it fits to your expectations, and also tailor your CV. These are the basics. And the most important thing I believe is to be yourself and show your potential to us during our talk. These are some key points I may summarize. Thank you.
Thank you. That's very valuable. Thank you, Meltem. And to you, Sinem from DSV. I mean, working for the largest logistics company in the world and connecting the global economy, that's got to make a lot of people want to pursue an opportunity there. What can you say to prospective applicants?
Yes. We are driven by ambition, grounded by accountability, and powered by a strong team culture. So we are not just actually keeping the pace with the industry, but also we are working hard to set the new standards and continuously raising the bar and redefining what is possible in the logistics and transportation market. Therefore, we need people who are really curious, agile, driven, and open-minded. So they need to approach challenges with confidence and determination, believing that the solution could be found, even though the situation is not and the path is not very clear. So because skills can be taught, but can-do attitude is the one what turns potential to the performance. So last but not least, in today's fast-paced and often high-pressure working environment, we really need to have fun and celebrate our success together. Therefore, we need also the people with positive energy and optimism.
I like that. I think that's a perfect call to action. If that doesn't inspire a lot of people, I don't know what will. You will see on the screen a QR code that you can follow. This will lead you to the career sites of these three companies, and you will be able to find a lot more information there. You will also be able to see it on the event page following this. And if you're interested in going back and hearing again some of the things that were said, or you missed some of it, you will be able to see a recording of it starting already tomorrow. I think with that, I would just really like to thank the three companies for, say, playing along, for sharing your insights, your views, also to your staff that kindly answered all our questions and giving thought to what it means to work for a Danish company, and both from a personal point of view and a professional point of view. We truly appreciate it. I hope out there that a lot of you have been inspired to at least look at what a career in a Danish company could mean, what benefits it could bring to you, and how you can make a difference in so many different and important sectors. So thank you all for spending the last half hour with us, and have a great afternoon. Thank you very much, and goodbye.
Thank you.
Goodbye.